Mazda has an all-new mid-size two-row crossover that aims to meet the needs of active customers while retaining the good driving dynamics that the brand is known for. I know, seems like a lot of companies aim for that now, but let's check out Mazda's take on it. I'm Chris from AutoAcademics, I'm cold, and today we're going to take a look at this 2025 Mazda CX-70 3.3 Turbo S Premium Plus. So yes, whereas everyone had to have a three-row vehicle in their lineup not that long ago, now decently sized two rows have become the it thing. Again. And Mazda sent us this soul red crystal metallic with tan Napa leather interior CX-70 so that we can get a closer look at theirs. The only option is the $595 red paint, giving it a total MSRP of $57,920. If you ask me, mid-size vehicles tend to hit that sweet spot for design. And if I take a page from Goldilocks, they're not too big, nor too small. And this CX-70 is a nice example of that. Its commanding presence owes thanks to the chiseled front end and wide stance. Piano black finishes add nice contrast to the red paint, and the 21-inch alloy wheels give it a good stance. They also allow for 8.1 inches of ground clearance, if you dare to go off-road. Other exterior features include heated power folding side mirrors, adaptive front lighting, rain-sensing windshield wipers, and rear privacy glass. Open the hands-free power rear liftgate, then retract the Fitly cargo cover, thanks to the odd channels on each side, and you'll find 39.6 cubic feet of cargo space. Remove that cargo shade, then press a couple of buttons to fold the 60/40 rear seats down, and you get 75.3 cubic feet in all. There are various sized grocery hooks, trays on the sides, cargo tie-downs, a bit more storage in the corner, as well as 12-volt and 150-watt power outlets. Lift up the floor and there's a tray to hold some tow straps, tire wrenches, and tow hook, as well as some larger storage towards the front. And the spare tire can be found beneath all of that. The CX-70 uses a mild hybrid system that consists of a 3.3-liter inline-six turbocharged engine, along with a 45-volt electric motor that combined make 340 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque on premium fuel. An 8-speed automatic transmission sends power to all four wheels. Mazda Intelligent Drive Select allows you to choose between sport, normal, and off-road, and the CX-70 has a max tow capacity of 5,000 pounds. EPA estimated fuel economy is rated at 23 miles per gallon city, 28 miles per gallon highway, and 25 miles per gallon combined. AutoAcademics achieved 26.4 miles per gallon during testing on the recommended premium fuel. As you can see, the second row has large doors that open wide, allowing for easy ingress. And once inside, you'll be treated to plenty of room for all your extremities. The seats are heated and reclined, but I've got to say, it looks nice back here too, with stylish door panels and a panoramic roof. There's a third zone for climate control, USB-C charge ports, window shades in the doors, and plenty of cup holders too. Overall, Mazda has outdone themselves with the interior of this CX-70. Yeah, the fuzzy suede-like trim on the dash is a bit much, in my opinion, but everything else from the two-tone steering wheel to the Alcantara on the Napa leather seats looks really nice. The steering wheel doesn't have as much padding as on other cars I've reviewed, but it's stylish, and while the seats don't appear to have much lateral support, they're not bad. The digital gauge and infotainment screens are vivid and bright and have 12.3 inches of real estate each. Now, for some reason, Mazda felt the need to add a special hazard indicator that flashes along with your turn signals when your emergency flashers are on, which is strange, and the infotainment screen isn't touch unless you're using wireless Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. There are, however, plenty of physical buttons for commonly used features, and I think this entire center stack from display to armrest looks really nice. Oh, and I can't forget about the Bose stereo. That sounds good too, with bright highs and deep bass. Both front seats are 8-way power, as well as heated and cooled. And the steering wheel is heated too. There's 2-position memory, a power tilt and telescoping steering column, active driving display, Mazda online navigation, Bose AM/FM HD radio with 12 speakers, Sirius XM 3-month trial, wireless phone charger, Alexa built in.
I'm having trouble connecting. Check your network connection and try again.
Some additional USB ports, Mazda keyless entry, Mazda frameless auto dim mirror with home link, and push button start. Safety and security features include frontal, knee, curtain and side airbags, blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning, driver monitoring, traffic sign recognition, 360-degree monitor with see-through view, front and rear parking sensors, smart brake support rear, front cross traffic alert with braking, lane keep assist, emergency lane keeping and secondary collision reduction, Mazda radar cruise control, cruising and traffic support, and rear cross traffic alert. So now that we've addressed all of that, it's time to take it out and see how it drives. One thing you should know about this CX-70 is that it was engineered from the beginning with electrification in mind, all of which hopefully should help the driving dynamics to remain what we've come to expect from a Mazda. And for the most part, they do. But I've got some thoughts. As with most Mazdas today, the suspension is tuned a bit firmer than other crossovers in their class, so you do feel a bit more imperfections in the road. Something else I feel is some reverberation in the chassis that I didn't in the CX-50. And while it's not bad, it is a bit disappointing. But I have to clarify, that's primarily on rougher roads. On smooth roads and highways, I really like it. It feels relatively controlled through the bends, even with the additional weight from the batteries. For reference, this car weighs about 150 pounds more than the lightest CX-90, and the plug-in hybrid version weighs even more than that. Also, the steering has some quirks. It has quite a bit of heft, and at times, it also feels like it wants to self-correct or straighten itself through the corners. Almost like torque steer in a powerful front-wheel drive vehicle, except this is rear-wheel biased with all-wheel drive. The steering is also a bit slow, even though the turning radius is tight. And that last part is a pleasant trait that I wasn't expecting due to its size. The brakes feel fine with decent power, and with 340 horsepower, this CX-70 accelerates well. Now, one benefit from this hybrid powertrain is the additional power boost from the electric motor. It comes on strong just a moment after you press the accelerator, and the transmission is smooth with subtle gear changes during casual driving. But while it's mostly seamless, you will notice the engine on transition if you ask for too much power too fast. Something else I noticed is that it makes an EV sound while backing up. This is strange because the engine doesn't shut off while reversing, so the additional noise is just additional noise. But along with the additional power, the electric motor aids in fuel efficiency too. I observed about 360 miles of range on a full tank. But if you really want to stretch out those miles, the plug-in hybrid version will reportedly get you up to 490 miles in total. I'd have to stop and empty my tank before emptying that tank. As far as safety is concerned, all the active systems work well without being intrusive. And the cabin is relatively quiet with good visibility. You know, there's a lot to like about this car, but it also has a couple of things that I don't care for. Traits that I never noticed in Mazda's smaller vehicles. So, what do you think about this all-new Mazda CX-70? It's a good size, makes good power, and looks good too. And I think with a couple of tweaks, it could be really good. But because Mazda's smaller vehicles drive so well, I can't help but hold this CX-70 accountable for the few things I've noticed. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss what we have coming up next. I'm Chris from AutoAcademics, and I'm going inside. Oh, and thanks for watching.